Hey, Justin here, just sharing how you can use OpenClaw with the PickFu command line interface to localize your Amazon listings and test it against the country that you're trying to go into. So I have this listing. I'm not earth rated, but I'm just pretending I am. And I've got this great dog wipe listing. It's got a lot of nice secondary images, infographics, and I want to go into the Japanese Amazon market. So what I had my OpenClaw agent do, and this is Polly. This is basically a pretty basic OpenClaw agent with the PickFu skill that you could install from ClawHub. And so what I asked it to do was grab the image stack from this listing, localize it into Japanese. So first, it grabbed the images. That's great. It actually worked. And it came up with two interesting approaches. One was a straightforward, faithful localization of the existing brand and just translating the text. And the other approach, which is very interesting, is actually trying to mimic the Japanese market style. It created two sets of images, and let me show you some of these images. So these are the kind of the faithful ones, and here are some of the more Japanese ones. So let me pull up the survey that it created. All right, so this is the first one that it created. And so these are the new main images. You can see that this one's very similar to the US packaging, just with some Japanese on it. This one has a very different earth-rated Japanese style to it. So even's got the Japanese dog. So you can see these are very different approaches. This is just testing the main image, and then just testing one of these infographics head to head. And so I launched it with OpenClaw. I went back and forth on some of the questions here because I wanted to remove one of the questions. Changed it to 15 people because I wanted it to be fast. It already targeted Prime and dog owners instinctively, which was great. And then I asked it to publish, and that's how it published that survey. So this is the survey that we just looked at. So while that was running, I wanted to do a different test. And so I had it look for 2 to 3 competitors in the Amazon Japan market. And so it actually found some pretty interesting ones. So wet wipes for pets, grooming wipes for pets, and another disinfecting wipes for pets. Okay, so since these are all interesting competitors, it did ask me if I wanted to build another survey testing the image stacks. And so what I first asked was to test the 2 localized stacks that it created against those 3 image stacks, which it did right here. But in the meanwhile, this first survey actually finished in 10 minutes, which is very fast. And so since it was done so quickly, I actually said, I asked it to analyze the survey. Since there was one that kind of won predominantly, I said, just take the winning earth-rated design and test it against a competitor. So it dropped that first version, which was just the peer translation, kept the JP market style design, and tested all 4 against each other. So I tweaked some of the questions here, then I changed it to 15 dog owners, and I had it published. And so this survey right here is this one. And you can see it's testing the image stacks of the 3 competitors against the image stack that we created here. You can see that we didn't win, but we actually did better than 2 of them, which is not bad, considering we are a new entrant into the space. And so the next step I would probably do is have the OpenClaw continue analyzing this for improvements that we could make to maybe our packaging, or maybe it's the content that people like better than ours. But yeah, so that's how you would localize your listing into any target marketplace. In this case, we're using Japan, but you can use it for any of the 15 different countries that we're in.